Okay, you just bought a home or you own a home and you're thinking, I got some zoning issues. Who do I go to get my answers done? Well, that's what this video is for. My main man Oz is here basically to answer your questions about zoning. Oz, what do you want to talk to people about zoning
So you
regarding
just
your?
want to be careful. You want to be careful what type of zoning you're in. In the city, it's a little more complicated. In the municipalities of Long Island, it's a little easier, but you just got to make sure sometimes whether you're let's say the town of North Hempstead. Let's just say sometimes they have their own villages within, like incorporated villages. So you can't always go by that zoning. You should always like go with a professional, as such as myself or Avant, and to let you know what type of zoning you're in. Because let's say you thought you were in town of North Hampstead because you're town of North Hampstead, but you're actually belonging to, let's say, the village of Roslyn Harbor. And now you're going by the wrong zoning, and let's say, God forbid, you did an extension that you don't have the correct side yards in or whatever. So you would always want to make sure that you obtain the correct zoning. And it's another thing too. Like say you want to change your house to a one or two family. Let's just say normally it's very difficult to do that on Long Island, but you just want to make sure that you know the correct densities and everything uh before you move forward, and including even let's just say what's entertaining with zoning is also the building code. The building
Yes.
code, let's say let's say you have an existing attic, right? And then for whatever reason something you do something to it and now it becomes a third floor, right? So now what you're doing to yourself is you're kind of like giving yourself a headache, because once you make that attic into a third floor, you're making yourself sprinkler the whole building. So you want to do everything in your power to keep the attic as an attic, and that's where we come here to help. We know the codes to more or less, make sure that the attic stays as an attic status and not give you these headaches that the municipality might bring on to you. Another thing is, let's say maybe you're doing a mixed use building. You want to make sure you're in the zone that the mixed use building or the building is in commercial zone that allows, let's say, maybe the first floor to be the retail space, and then the other two floors you can have as habitable
Living space.
spaces. Again, yeah. Again, you have to just be careful, to make sure what the density is with regarding the residential. And then just want like basically the setbacks and the FAR basically. Some towns in the don't have like a floor area ratio, meaning the maximum floor area, but they do have what they call the building footprint or building area. So you want to make sure you don't exceed that coverage of the lot area in order to build up. And then you're always going to have the height restrictions, which we kind of just briefly talked about. So just little things you want to make aware of. Another thing that people get in a lot of trouble for is decks. You know, just they think because it's an open structure, they're allowed to, but there's certain regulations of how much it can go back into the thing. And to be honest, some municipalities are pretty lenient. They'll give you variances from the board. You just as long as you don't do anything illegal or the structure is not compromised, they're very straightforward. And you could always come to us to say if you have that problem, maybe you inherited from a previous owner,
Owner.
we can always try to legalize it or maintain it for you with the town. And the towns usually want to help. They're not really here to try to mess with you unless it's, like I said, very structurally compromised or totally illegal.
All right. I think that's one of the things I want people to understand is basically, yeah, you might have this property, you might have a deck, you might want to plan to extend the deck or whatever. Do everything properly. I know you might have a cousin's uncle's brother basically who can do it for you, but they're probably not going to file the paperwork. So find somebody who's legally going to do it for you. You're saving a couple of dollars by getting the cousin's uncle's brother's cousin to do it, but guess what? You're going to get a fine in the long run. So you should do it properly. Hire the right person to do the job for you, so that way you got everything that you need. You got the legal paperwork. That way you don't get run into trouble later on. So if you don't want that hassle or the headache, do it the right way the first time.
Exactly, exactly. You just want to make sure no one comes in. You don't want the permanent buildings popping up one day and just saying, "Hey, what is that?" And now you're stuck maybe 6 months in paperwork now just to get something that could have been avoided by hiring the right people. And I know most people are iffy about hiring an architect at the beginning, but it saves you, honestly, yeah, I mean, you might spend a couple more dollars, but it gives you so much peace of mind because you know you have your certificates. If anybody comes and says, "Hey, what is this here? Here's my paperwork, here's my letter of completion," it's done.
As I like to say, you have your receipts.
Exactly, exactly.
I
That's
got my
exactly what.
receipts, so I'm good to go. So if anybody's curious, they have more questions because we only have a certain amount of time. They have more questions for you. How can they reach you?
Yeah, if you want to ever reach out to me again, you can reach out us at our
No, I
office
do.
number
No,
516
no, no, I do. I do.
331
I do. I'm just saying
You can
since one
email
of us.
me,
Oh, no,
Osmar,
no.
OZMAR, at OAMS-ARCH.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at OAMS_ARCH.
All right, and I'm your local realtor, Evantz Saint-Gerard with Keller Williams Realty Landmark. My number is 917-975-5985. Website is mynymhomesales.com. If you have any questions about real estate, whether it's buying, selling, investing, or you think about relocating to another area outside of New York, we have a large network of agents everywhere. Basically, let us know where you want to move to, and maybe we can point you in the right direction. Again, the purpose of these videos is to give you options. So whatever you're looking to do, whether you just purchased a home or an investment home, or you want to extend something in your house, or whatever the case may be, you do it the right way. So we want to always point you in the right direction for the people that are going to give you the best options.
Okay.
And that's why my main man, Ozzy, is here to answer your questions. And don't be afraid to ask us questions. That's what we're here for. Ask us questions. You got scenarios, we're here to answer. We got a lot of years of experience in real estate and architecture, and we want to make sure that we're sharing this information with you so that way you're making the right decision for you and your family. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching. Feel free to reach out to us, like, share, subscribe. And that's about it. Oz, you got the last words. Anything you want to tell the audience?
Like I said, if you ever need anything with zoning, you just want to make sure everything's okay, call us. Like Evantz said, we're here to help. We're professionals at service.
Oh, before I forget, any languages that you speak besides English?
Oh, yes, I do speak Spanish. So, any Spanish speakers quieren consultar conmigo, me llaman. Estamos ahí.
Well, I'll have Sean call you back.
All right,
Yeah,
awesome. Guys, thank you for watching, and talk to you soon.